Hi there,
Asa.
and welcome to Drunk with Pasta. No, just like the podcast. It's a new year, yes it is. Boom.
Is that your New Year jiggy?
Boom. It's a thing. Yes, I'm Kieran.
I'm Rob, and I'm confused.
It's 2019, mother harvest.
Fucking hell.
And we are here to bring you the first unfortunate happening of the podcast. And we got 30 seconds in. We're testing out new mics, so please let us know as we go along if they're worthy of your time. Hello, Gareth. Hello, Sophie. Hello to the 4 other people it doesn't name for me, because you're not my friends. Yeah, so today we're going to bring the news.
Yeah.
And we're going to bring you a topic of our preview of 2019. And we're going to finish off with the unsigned week return of Brazen Swagger.
Which I've got to say is a fucking name and a half for a band.
It is. Their profile picture on Facebook is a signed tit.
Yes, I saw that, which is quite impressive. And to be fair, I'm not going to lie, when you first mentioned them, I thought you said Raisin Swagger, and that would have been quite impressive. So.
I would like to see some Raisin Swagger. Raisin in a soup. So.
There's cusp rolled up and everything.
Yeah. So, should we
let's commence. It is a new year. Hope you all had a good Christmas and New Year celebrations, obviously.
Yep, and just before we get into the news, if you didn't see it for some unknown reason, we gave you 7 days of bonus content over Christmas, from Christmas Day to New Year's Eve. And that included a lot of test stuff. So like a test reaction video of Deftones with Sex Tape, I think. We filmed it in like fucking July. We had our first ever test podcast, or the thing that was the download predictions. We filmed that in August, and we got pretty much all of them wrong.
So it wasn't the fruit then?
Oh no, we had we had the most metal fruit. That was like a jokey test podcast thing.
I liked that.
That we never thought would go out.
It was great.
And then we finished off with some bloopers of our time.
That was definitely my favourite.
So go and check out the
stuff.
available on YouTube, Twitch. No, not Twitch. Hi, if you're on Twitch, by the way. That's only for live stuff. Facebook and YouTube, those videos are available.
Excellent. Right. Shall we commence with the news?
Starting off with our only piece of news, and that is Threaten again make headlines, of course, because we can't get away from them last year. So last year we mentioned that Threaten had that big old escapade. They even got nominated for Hero of the Year, Deciphered Award, which obviously will go down in history, with Dan Searle, not you, Threaten. And yeah, so they did that whole fake gig thing.
Yeah, garnered a fair amount of attention.
So this November, I think next November this year coming up, 2019, they are playing a real gig at the Underworld exactly a year to the day after it all started.
So why so far away? That's what I want to know.
Because I think they want to have a year anniversary of where it all happened.
Right. Okay. I mean, that's fair enough. I just wonder if it's that he needs that long to actually form a band and write some songs.
Well, half of them left. But yeah, one couldn't leave because he couldn't get a plane home. So he was like, with the band. That's how his life rolled out. I can't afford to get home, so I'm going to stay with my fake band. Fair.
And play no shows whatsoever. And when we do, it's to like 2 people.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So, not much of a news story other than the fact that they're threatening us staying a thing this year, and they are playing the Underworld in Camden, UK.
Yeah.
England.
London.
Loudon. Cool.
Loudon.
Now we do have more news, but that will pop on into our topic. So the topic is the our preview of 2019. We'll give you the biggest albums that are possibly scheduled or definitely scheduled. We'll go through the biggest tours / festivals.
Mm-hmm.
And my dear friends, we will give you a little personal touch at the end of what we're looking forward to. So smaller things.
Followed up with our unsigned act and the review of their EP, which we will get to later on.
Yes, to close the topic, the festival, the podcast.
The podcast, that's it.
The orgasm.
Deciphered Festival, though.
Yeah. Odd headline.
Make it a thing.
Oh, just I had a really weird kick in my stomach. I'm pregnant.
Wow.
Calm down, Nigel. Right. So, should we start?
Yeah, so I think it's a good place to start for yourself as well.
We'll save the best till first. And that is Avenged Sevenfold.
Yeah, so scheduled for their 8th album.
Yes.
Um,
First one since 2016.
The Stage, which was controversially one of my favourite albums of theirs, if not the. It is a masterpiece, and it's
bloody fantastic.
It is blimey, it's good. But yeah, so I mean, I don't know anything. I know they're being quite secretive about it, as they were with the last one.
Oh yeah, I think they'll be eventually, closer to the time, they'll be less secretive because they weren't overly pleased how it turned out last time with the secret release.
Yeah.
Because, well,
so that was following a thing with Warner Brothers.
Yeah, so with Records now.
Yeah.
They have released an EP the end of last year, Black Rain, with all the Call of Duty songs on it.
Mad
That was
Hatter.
done through Warner Brothers. And they in fact did Mad Hatter through Warner Brothers as well.
I did not know that.
Because Warner Brothers own the rights to all of the other 3 songs of Call of Duty,
Okay.
right? And they want to do an EP. They're like, right, we'll give them this song so we can have it on one CD, rather than being here's 3 and here's 1 separate. And then obviously any future Call of Duties, which they've done one for every single Black Ops, so I'm sure Black Ops.
Treyarch, the main guy, I forget his name, but the main guy at Treyarch is like massive fan.
Super fan, it's like almost as big as me.
Well, let's not get carried away, sir.
Don't go too far.
Let's not. But yeah, so madly looking forward to that. Be interesting to see. I mean, if Mad Hatter is a general direction for them to go in at all, obviously I can't imagine that they'll write a whole album as sort of like Brooks is quite toned down, for example, for that. Sin is not, but I really quite like that. I think they could take elements of Mad Hatter and splice that with some sort of more stage kind of stuff.
Yeah, they'll always go a different direction than the last, but I'm excited to see where it goes.
Yeah, 100%. So yeah, 8th album. This last one was in 2016, so a good 3 years.
3 years.
That's long enough. We have faith in the band. That's long enough.
Yeah, well, I very much look forward to it. I expect like an October-ish release. That's usually when they're released, to be fair.
Yeah. So moving on then. So Tool.
Tool, they're a big one.
So this will be their 5th album, and their last one was almost 13 years ago.
Yeah, 2006.
So obviously this has gotten fans yanking their fucking chain.
Yeah, well, they're playing downloads this year.
Yep.
Festivals across the world.
Definitely looking forward to that. That's them and Slipknot are definitely my 2 main things that I'm looking forward to about download so far.
Have you seen Slipknot before? I can't remember.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, it was good. I was happy to see them with Joey. So it'll be the first time that I've seen them without Joey.
Right, okay.
Was never lucky enough to see them with Paul Gray, unfortunately.
Oh.
Yeah, good gig.
Yeah, the first headline down the stage. Oh, great gig. To be fair, I wasn't even a big fan of Slipknot back then. I actually saw the Prodigy headline second stage, which was the end of Slipknot, but the end of Slipknot was the converting part.
Yeah, 100%. Jump the fuck up.
Yeah, for sure. But on to them shortly.
Yes.
Tool. So yes,
Tool,
James Maynard Keenan has confirmed that recording is done.
Yeah,
vocal recording.
Yeah, vocals recording is completely finished now, and they're moving on to the arduous process of mixing the entire album. So that makes me believe that perhaps instrumentation has been done for a little while now, and knowing him being busy with Perfect Circle and the other band that he's doing, and making wine. He makes a lot of wine.
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
Which
is quite funny that
you learn
his
things in this podcast.
middle name, obviously Maynard Wine Gums.
Aha!
Throw that out there.
Click.
No.
I will never not see that in his name now.
No, that's it. I always think of that every time. But yeah, literally the first thing that when I found out that he makes wine, that was like the first thing.
Sophie, you have just admitted to failing life. How many times have you been at Download? They've played Download 3 times in your time going there, I think, Sophie?
She didn't go to 2013. That was the last, or the only time in between. No, maybe not the only time, but the only time in. I think they played 14 as well, 15?
No, 15, yeah.
15. So,
Okay.
I mean, either way, awful. Absolutely awful behaviour.
It's like Mr. Ramstein, like Download. Unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah, man, who would do that? People that are passed out in a tent.
Yes.
Too much intoxication for the entire weekend.
Yes.
Caught up with me.
Back to the point. Oh, I dropped my ligature.
Woo!
So yeah, Tool is going to be massive. When it comes out, it's probably going to be a lot of people's album of the year.
100%. Fans have been waiting for this
so long.
For, I'm going to say 10 years, even though it was 12 years since their last album, but they leave it.
3 years.
Yeah, exactly. So they've been waiting for a good sort of 9, 10 years.
Yeah. Obviously, there's a lot of anticipation under people's minds that it's been 13 years. Can they still do it?
I have one thing to say to that. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, they can.
From a reputable source.
Yeah, me.
That's pretty
100% they can. I assume the whole band lineup is still exactly the same. I certainly haven't heard anything about it. And Danny Carey is a fucking incredible drummer. So,
okay. Oh, Sophie, I just remembered 2015. Say no more, my friends. Say no more.
Intoxication unknown.
Oh, hello. You've got mail. This is a love note from just
the tech guy.
Digitally sent from the fans. Actually, they're just saying, put that higher so we can hear your breath, you dirty bitch. Slipknot.
Yeah, so we'll move on to those. Sixth album. Last one was Grey Chapter 0.5.
Yes, back
that
in
was
2015, 2014. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, if All Out Life is anything to go by, I am fucking
All Out
hyped.
Life is great.
I am hyped.
For sure. They have...
Go on.
Sorry, go on.
No.
Yeah, All Out Life is fucking brilliant. They have said also that this album is... Corey said it's the closely going to resemble something you get in between
Iowa and the self-titled.
And Iowa, yeah.
Which immediately stoked.
Yeah.
I'm if that's true, then I'm fucking ready.
Another quote I've seen, I think it's either from Sean or maybe Corey again, saying it's from this album is from one of their darkest chapters. So obviously you had Paul the Grey Chapter, which obviously you assume that was their darkest chapter, but maybe as time goes on it's got even worse, or it's obviously about other things. Yeah, for the Joey thing since like he was obviously gone before the Grey Chapter.
Yeah.
But it wasn't long before.
Literally like a couple of months or something that like it all came out that everything had come to blows.
So they've dealt with the whole Joey thing, had new members, like proper full-time members now. So I guess that's what's added to their darkest parts.
100%. I mean, I'm fully ready. And just in general, I think All Out Life is like after the Grey Chapter for me personally, I think All Out Life was a massive sigh of relief because they are one of my all-time favourite bands.
We've shut on them a fair bit on the podcast because of Grey Chapter.
Obviously, and to be honest, that album is not.
10. Yeah,
it's not what you would expect from them at all. They can do so much better than that. They've proven to do so much better than that in the past, many a time. For people to say that Grey Chapter is better than All Hope Is Gone is atrocious behaviour. Yeah, but then
I agree fully.
Yeah, but then like I said, we'll see.
So
I'm hoping it's released before download.
Corey has said it's a summer 2016. Awesome. Summer 2019 release.
Excellent.
So that could be the first week of June. Could be after download.
It could be the last week of August.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see how that goes. But I'm either way. If the album's pretty much done, which it is, and they're getting ready, I assume they're doing last minute sort of editing and stuff like that at the minute and mixing. A few last bits. So either way, the songs are written, they're finalised, they know what they're going to do. We're going to hear some of it at download.
Oh, no doubt.
100%. All Out Life will definitely be played at download, and I should imagine
they could open with that.
I 100% hope they do.
Yeah.
I think that I would lose my shit instantly.
Yeah.
Instantly. But we'll have to see.
Next on our list of bands releasing albums is the Ultimate Band of Rammstein.
Yeah, man. So
excited for this one.
Fucking gutted that
Also
I did miss them in 2013. As in case anybody didn't sort of get from what we were saying, I passed out in my tent for a good 12 hours straight and missed Rammstein, which was probably about 40% of the reason I went to the festival in the first place. I will agree, I am a fucking dickhead. I think just...
Hey, Katrina Watson.
Hey!
Thanks for tuning in.
But yeah, so I'm fucking ready for the album. Never been like a massive fan, but I've wanted to see them live ever since I heard their stuff.
We'll talk more about seeing them live down the line.
Yeah.
But yes, so it will be their 7th album, first one since 2009.
Yeah, crazy. Fucking hell.
Yeah, I'm pumped.
Yeah, it should be really good. And obviously with upcoming shows that I assume is what you want to talk about coming up. So we'll leave that for now, but yes, 100%. So we'll move on to Hell Yeah, which is very fitting after Rammstein.
Yeah.
Because hell yeah, I'm ready for Rammstein.
Yes. So obviously a bit of a somber affair with Hell Yeah. It's their 6th album and final album. after the death of Vinnie Paul. It's their it's their most recent album since 2016, and it will obviously include Vinnie Paul. He did do parts of it.
Yeah, I was going to say he had begun sort of doing bits and bobs for it. It's not entirely him though, is it? Or is
Unaware.
you're not sure at this
No.
point in time? Because I've not been able to really find anything about that. Massive shame,
Of course it is, yep.
but I'm looking forward to the album.
I'm looking forward to it. I'll definitely listen to it, of course. We'll probably review it, to be fair.
I'd say let's make a pact now that we'll put that forward for a review the minute it's out.
Excellent. The minute it's out,
The
we'll be
minute
live.
it's out. Yeah,
we won't have a
literally.
chance to listen to it, but we'll be reviewing it.
Yeah, 100%. You guys will be with us every step of the way.
We'll have a listening party.
I'm sure if we wouldn't get absolutely trashed by like copyright and stuff for that, then I'm sure we'd give that a go. But
Copyright's not
copyright,
law.
schmoppyright.
Yeah. So, I am looking forward to that. Again, if it's not all Vinnie Paul, and I guess obviously some of the lyrical parts may have not been written, it will be very deep.
Yeah, I should imagine so. They'll probably, even if like they sort of had the album kind of like finalized with him still alive, I should imagine they'll add at least one song as like a bit of a swan song or a tribute kind of thing. I knew you were going to do it. So yeah, looking forward to that. Almost as much as I'm looking forward to Rob Zombie's 7th album.
Yep, the first one again from 2016. In fact, a lot of these albums are
around that sort of time, yeah.
Afterwards of 2016. So yes, Rob Zombie will release the album. He said early 2019. I saw a post recently that it's pretty much all finished up.
Yep.
And ready to release effectively.
And obviously we'll touch upon it probably further down the line because I believe it's something that we're both quite looking forward to. But he's obviously stuck his little fingers in other pies and he's got another venture
He has.
coming out hopefully this year. We're thinking potentially towards the tail end, but we'll come to that.
Yes. Rob Zombie has said that it's the most complex album he's ever made. It will go from heaviest parts that he's ever done to some jazzy elements and stuff like that.
Fucking hell.
Proper
excellent.
Complex. So
I am stoked.
his last album or two just really didn't grasp me that much. That radio album I thought was a bit too poppy in my liking.
I think a lot of people feel the same sort of way though.
Yeah.
And then he kind of disappeared off the face of the earth for a little while. I know he's obviously played live shows and he's toured and stuff, but I haven't heard much about him over the past couple of years, really. I've not heard of him doing.
No, he's always fantastic live.
I bet he's one of those guys that will probably put on like.
Have you not seen Rob Zombie?
No,
He's a
never
download,
seen.
isn't he?
What, this year coming?
Yeah,
I believe so. So
we're seeing Zombie.
Yeah, I will go 100%.
Like I've seen him. Download. Twins of Evil, Bloodstock, 4 times with a possible 5th. And that would be a 3rd time I downloaded, I'm not sure.
And every time just smashed it.
Yeah, and even the time that he sub-headlined Avenged in 2014, he didn't bring a stage show that day. Because usually he headlines second stage. He didn't bring a stage show because he headlined second stage. He didn't bring it because he was sub-headlining Avenged. That whole tour he didn't bring a stage show. He just wanted to dumb things down a bit. And even then, it was incredible.
Yeah.
And I high-fived him. He went past front row.
Excellent.
Fun fact for you.
And being that Avenged were on after, that'll be why you were there.
I was ready.
100%. But yeah, really looking forward to that. So we move on to Akadaka.
Akadaka.
AC/DC's 18th fucking album.
18th album, indeed. The first one since 2014. This one, I must point out, it's still rumours. Things going around. It seems like it's going to happen, and hopefully this year.
Axl?
Yes, so it's possibly, there's rumours that it's going to be with Axl. There's rumours that it's going to be back with Brian Johnson.
Interesting.
So we're not sure, no one's really sure. The band know themselves, and that's it. But I heard so many good things about Axl, like, because people were like, oh, it should be Guns N' Roses vocals with AC/DC music. But apparently, when they played live together, he has more vocal range than we realised.
Yeah, 100%. He fits the band dynamic and stuff. I've read loads about it. Just because I hold my hands up and admit now, I was a massive non-believer. 100%.
Yeah, when I heard it, I was like, it's going to be awful.
Yeah.
Because this is before Guns N' Roses were back as well, so in my head, Axl was still a cunt.
Yeah, and I'm not going to lie. Quite frankly, maybe he's going to do a better job with AC/DC than he did with Guns at Download last year.
I really liked it, man.
It was a good show. Do you know what I mean? It was just the rest of the band were massively on point, and Axl just wasn't.
It was definitely better at the stadium show.
I bet. Yeah, I bet. Yeah, not quite feeling the vocals from last year, but other than that, everything else was great. Slash was fucking impeccable.
Yeah,
absolutely impeccable. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it either way. And I actually kind of hope, as shitty as it might be for diehard fans, I actually kind of hope that it is Axl, because I want to hear what that would come out like on an album.
That'd be cool, yeah, for
It'd
sure.
be interesting.
Or even like a combination of the both. I don't know if that would work.
I
think fans might get more pissed off if it's both.
Probably.
If they think Brian can do it, they'd rather Brian did it all. But if it's Axl, then they realise Brian can't.
Yeah, fair enough. If everyone else could just give us a heads up, if anybody's joined us sort of halfway through, we're trialing out some new microphones. Let us know what we sound like.
But only tell us nice things. No, tell us the truth.
We're brutally honest.
Corn.
Yes.
Sweet
We're brutally
corn.
honest about Corn.
Yeah, I don't like it. Good.
I've not been a fan of them last probably 5 or 6 albums, to be fair.
Yeah. Another band that were always insane live every single time I see them.
100%, yeah. If nothing else, I can't remember how high up the bill. I believe they were third down from headlining in 2013. Maybe something like that. I think they were third down.
Feels like I thought they were second down on the second stage, but I might be wrong. No, that can't be right.
No, they were main stage definitely in 2013.
Probably third down then.
I think so. And I'm telling you now, man, I've never had a bass rattle my chest so much at a festival in my life.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like when
they were on the highlights of 2013 as well. Actually, 13 wasn't a great year as far as I remember. Maybe I just think about the weather.
Yeah, it was shit. I got absolutely fucking pissed on the Thursday because we got caught in a fucking hailstorm.
Hey, banging mics.
Hey, what?
Banging mics.
Banging mics. Sweet.
Good times.
We're not going to do that because then it will probably clip a little bit, but we'll talk in them instead.
To the core. Okay, that's arousing. So yeah, Korn. So it's their 13th album. Are expecting it in the summer.
Yep, and it again the last one since 2016.
Absolutely correct.
So yeah, it's about right for them, really. It's about right.
I feel like if they get back on their older ways, I hate being that guy. Go to your older things, because I'm always advocate for making the music you want to make, not for what we want you to make.
And so are they. That's the thing. So are they. So.
But the last album was a step in the right direction for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I've to be fair, I've not really given the last couple much time of day just because the whole dubstep phase for them was just too much for me.
Interesting.
Couldn't get into it.
I'm joking. They're not next week's review.
Huh?
I was going to say interesting, to try and sway you that they're my pick for next week's review, but they're not.
Okay. Yeah. Thank God for that, because I would not. Well, I would if you put it forward. I'd have to, but
yeah.
Be prepared for me to wipe my bum with that album.
Cool.
But yeah, so I'm hoping, like yourself, that they take a step sort of back.
Yeah, I'd enjoy that.
Yeah, me too. So Deftones.
Yes, Deftones, their 9th album, 2016 again.
Yeah.
This one, there's not much info at all. Deftones literally posted, make an album.
And that's pretty much it.
Cool.
Hopefully, might be out this year. Might not be.
Hopefully this year, yeah.
We might be a different band by then. Who knows? But no, it should be good. For die-hard Deftones fans, the last couple of albums have been a bit neither here nor there kind of thing. But I've actually really quite enjoyed them. Sort of most people like songs that we both like Beauty School. You're a fan of that song, right?
Yeah, I love Beauty School.
Yeah.
Probably my favourite song by them. Well, from that album at least.
Ooh, that's tough.
You've got that Rocket Skates and you've got Diamond Eyes. They're all brilliant songs.
And You've Seen the Butcher, I believe, is on that album.
Yeah, that one's the one we didn't really agree on.
Yeah, I remember vaguely, but yeah. To be honest, they're a band that I've never really known what to expect when it comes to a new album. So we can say sort of things about Korn, we hope that it's not in that direction, but who knows? We'll see. These guys, I literally have no idea. I don't know what kind of direction they'll take it in. They don't really seem to change, sort of madly, if that makes sense. But should be good. Anyway, looking forward to it.
Megadeth, 16th album, first one since 2016.
Craziness. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah, so Megadeth, this is a weird one. So they say that they're hoping for a spring release, and Dave Mustaine has said it's going to be a very different Megadeth album that may include blast beats.
The fuck?
And stuff like that, like a death metal-y Megadeth metal.
Fair enough.
Cool.
Jot that one down. Interesting. I'm not sure how that would sound. I suppose it'll work. To be fair, why the fuck not? It'll probably work.
Yeah.
Don't really know what else to say about it, really.
No. Well, I'm very intrigued, to say the least, because
16th album as well. They're fucking still going.
Yeah,
still going strong.
I like Megadeth. They've never really been my go-to out of the thrash. It's more, Metallica,
Yeah,
and Slayer over Megadeth. Well, I'd probably say Slayer and Megadeth are on the same par,
yeah.
but they're two totally different bands.
And
also, I was always
throw
pissed off.
Anthrax down there as well.
Yeah, they're there.
Yeah, they're there. They're neither here nor there, but they're there.
Yeah. Also, they never play Sleepwalker live, and Sleepwalker's my favourite song, so that kind of pissed me off a little bit. But I've seen them live quite a few times. Sometimes been, yeah, that's pretty cool. And then the headline Bloodstock a few years back, and they're fucking fantastic.
Who's this, Megadeth?
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Interestingly, on Bloodstock actually, and Anthrax, which are a little bit further down the list, I believe they are headlining the Saturday at Bloodstock this year.
No.
No?
No.
No?
Only, we'll get to Bloodstock.
Okay, that's interesting.
Next on this is Anthrax.
Interesting.
So it'll be their 12th album, again since 2016. And their work has started this month, in fact.
Fucking hell.
The album. So, like I say, I don't dislike them. They're my lowest of the four.
So what? They've literally only just started working on it.
Yeah.
And it's going to be out this year.
It's looking like it, hopeful.
Hopefully towards the tail end.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be mad rush. That's still quite quick.
Yeah, well, it's still 12 months.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. Again, don't really know what else to say about that. I know they've undergone a fucking huge amount of vocalist changes over the years, and a few other lineup changes elsewhere, I believe. But
Do you know?
yeah, well, they've definitely had one other vocalist that got shat on constantly, and then they got the old vocalist back.
Right.
But yeah,
Cool Whip. Another big one for me.
Kill Switch.
Kill Switch Engage.
Yeah, 100%.
Their 8th album, first one since 2016 again.
I was actually quite surprised to find out it was only their 8th. I thought they'd had a couple more. But...
I thought it may have even been less.
Really?
Yeah, I would have said if you asked me to guess, I would have gone, oh, the next one will be the 7th or 8th. So I saw an interview with Jesse Leach, the obvious vocalist of Kill Switch Engage. It said he's leaning towards the
a bit of a distraction there.
So we're just looking at our Twitch comments, I believe, and it's just gone from a picture of a penis that's flaccid to a picture of a penis that's erect. And I want to take that as a compliment because of how good and intriguing our conversation is. Thank you, person's name I can't read because I don't have my glasses on. Kill Switch Engage, right? Of all the things to see. It happens here live. Hey Titch, hey Liam Bartlett, hey Nothing. How are you?
Hey, Nothing.
It's an inside joke.
Okay. I mean, that is quite.
What's happening to that Twitch penis? If you're watching on Twitch, thank you, but I'm so lost for words.
You look like you've grown a cow's udder.
4 penises. Okay, or cow's udder. Moving swiftly on, Kill Switch Engage. Right,
What's
back
with
on
the
track.
fucking 70-degree angle? Who is unfortunate enough to have that in their pants? Seriously.
Thanks for bringing it up. Right, Kill Switch. Right, we're back on track. Okay, we're fucking expert journalists.
Yeah, why not?
On their heavier sides, they say it's going to be their heaviest. Lean towards a focus, boy.
I can't. There's a penis on the screen. Right, carry on. Kill Switch.
Yes, Kill Switch. So just literally, he's leaning more towards the heavier side, but have a bit of everything. And he's said himself that these last few years have been the hardest parts of Jesse's life. He's gone under a huge battle of depression, anxiety. Yeah,
crazy.
So he said it's to be a very, very emotional driven album. So that always gets me excited because that's where the most raw stuff comes out.
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to it just because it's Kill Switch. It's always got to be done. Do we know roughly when? You may have already answered that question. Roughly when during the year it's due to be released?
No,
not
currently.
Another quick question that I meant to ask like 20 minutes ago.
I don't care about that. What I'm doing. Long Dong Silver, the Toucan has arrived. There's 2 people, Long Dong Silver and Jezza 2G. Well, cheers for being a part of this festival. Glasses are back off.
Yeah, the Toucan has arrived. I think that's got to be an episode name in its own right, surely.
It could be. The Toucan has arrived.
Well done, guys. You've just made fucking history.
You might be an actual podcast name.
Oh, brilliant. Long Dong Silver.
Happy New Year, you bastards.
And Jezza.
Right, anyway, we need to get back on this. Good day, Bruce.
We need to get back on the Long Don Silver, do we?
Yeah, sit on that dong. Anything else you want to say about Lamb of God?
About
Kill Switch Engage?
Kill Switch, no, but seeing as you just mentioned it, let's move on to Lamb of God.
Lamb of
Because
God.
I'm pretty excited. So after we know, obviously, his vocals are getting a
Bit ropey. So
Yeah.
this will be their 8th album, not including Burn the Priest.
okay.
Because even though Burn the Priest is Lamb of God, it's not Lamb of God. Same band, different name.
Fair enough.
So 8th album, not including. 10th album, including. Now, and it's the first one since 2015, which will be the Embers album.
Yeah.
Sturm und Drang.
Yeah.
Now, I'm very excited for this because Lamb of God are incredible.
I am. I think a lot of people are probably quite worried about the vocal
Vocals.
direction, but we'll see how that goes. To be honest, I'm quite intrigued.
Yeah. And I am too. Again, like you said, with the vocal direction, it can be very odd, can be very different. That one song that he did, Overkill, Overdrive, something like that, it didn't go down well with fans, but I still wasn't thinking too bad.
Yeah, fair enough.
Cool. Gojira.
Yeah, a band that I don't really know a single thing about. Never seen them live. Don't think I've listened to any of their albums from start to finish. I've caught a couple of songs, and that's about it.
I saw them supporting Alter Bridge, of all people. Very
Interesting
yeah.
mix.
It was like this random band, then Gojira, then Volbeat, unfortunately, and then Alter Bridge, very fortunately.
Yeah, don't really have much else to say about it.
Very heavy screaming bands from France. And yeah, no, I like them. There's a couple of songs that I really like, but I don't know them well enough to really comment further than that.
Fair.
They've got a big fan base. They headlined Bloodstock last year.
I was going to say, I know that they have got a pretty die-hard fan base. Out of all of I know they've been going for quite a while now. I wouldn't like to stab a guess at what year they actually formed, but
New.
Yeah, in terms of like their following, I know they've been going for a few years, but they're among the more sort of like recent in terms of how big they get, and in terms of people like us just hearing about them in places. They're fairly recent to me.
Yep.
And yeah, for them to have already established like a pretty decent fan base in that time is impressive. So yeah, I will probably give it a listen just because. Why not?
Yeah, I do want to get into more Gojira anyway, because I've heard good things. The songs that I do like, I really like. I've never given them the time. But this year's new me. I'm listening to more new music than ever.
Yeah, that's your New Year's resolution. Mine's vaping more, smoking less.
Yep. Literally last year, before December, I listened to 4 albums that were released that year.
Mm.
And then in December I listened to 3. And then in December I listened to another
like 6. 8.
Yeah, so I got a top 11 in the end.
Fair enough. That's
The
pretty good.
Prodigy with the 11th, they did not make the top 10. Going on to another band I don't know too much about, that's Mastodon.
Yeah, caught a little bit of them at, I believe it was Download actually. And yeah, I don't really have much else to say. They look like they play a pretty decent live show, other than that.
Yeah, they seem pretty cool. Again, just never really gave them the time, never really got into them, but I will this year.
Yeah, be interesting to see. I mean, it's their 8th album.
Yeah, and only since 2017.
Yeah.
So they're the most recent of the bands to have a new album out.
They are indeed, yep. Should be good. See how it goes. But yeah, again, don't really have much else to say.
Excellent. Going on to a band that I'm very familiar with for obvious reasons.
Yes.
Dream Theater.
Yep. Fucking 14th album.
Yeah, again 2016 was the last one. The album is entitled Distance Over Time and is released on the 22nd of next month, February.
Yeah, so that's probably like the most sort of up and coming release out of this list so far.
Yeah, it's the first one I believe. Yeah. Unless Zombie Spring, so never mind.
Yeah, I mean it depends on what he defines as spring, I guess. We'll have to see how that goes.
But I look forward to it. Mike
is not back in the band.
No, he's been replaced by Mike Mangini.
Fair enough. So yeah, it'll be different from Dream Theater that I know.
Yes,
because I haven't listened to them since Mike Portney was in the band.
Mike Mangini is a very unfortunately close name to Mike Mankini.
It is.
Fun fact. You learn it all here.
What would you do about us?
And I'll let you take this next one.
Periphery. Love that shit. Yeah, massive band for me. Again, it's perhaps a bit unfair for me to say that then, because I'm not like from start to finish discography fan.
Right.
Like, I've got my favourite albums of theirs. and that's about it really. But yeah, 6th album of theirs. 2016 was the last one, the last year that they released in.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't expect too many major differences, to be honest. They are a band that are very not like thick set in their ways.
But samey, would you say?
You probably would. For me, understanding like sort of the way that they go about things and the sort of different technical elements that they bring into albums as they go along. Like they've always been like quite a techie band, but their more recent stuff is sort of less reliant on the heavy vocals, more melodics. So it's about sort of catching the techie element in something that can actually be sung over. But that's what I like about them, is that they're one of few bands that can actually do that really well. Tesseract being another, who are also announced for Bloodstock this year, I believe.
You might be right.
I might be.
And going on to Children of Bodom, another Bloodstock band.
Yes, and I'm going to definitely let you take the con on this one because I know that they're a band that you are much more familiar with than myself.
Yes, and not spoiler alert, these were almost the band I chose for my review for this week. No, for next week. They're not though. So yeah, Children of Bodom will release their 10th album this year. It's called Hexed. It is their first one since 2015, and it is released on the 8th of March.
And I'm assuming the single that we've listened to recently was from this?
Yeah, that's correct. First single. An interesting track name. I looked at the track listing earlier, or the other day.
Yeah.
And they have a song called Kicking the Spleen.
Sick.
Yeah, I don't like the idea of that, but that's your choice if you think that's a hit single.
Take note, Long Dong Silver. Kicking the fucking spleen.
Kicking the spleen. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. People think that the newest track that we reacted to, shit, yes. I just gave it away.
That's out already.
It's not.
Is it not?
No.
Whoopsie daisy.
Spoiler alert, we're still going to announce on Instagram.
Hence why
join us on Friday for a reaction for that. Shit. One for the bloopers. Now then, yeah, they say it's the closest thing to Hate Crew Death Roll, which is my favourite album by Children of Bodom.
Okay, where along their discography is that? So this is going to be their 10th album, so they've got 9 out.
I guess that's like their 6th.
Okay, so it's like
5th.
More recent, if not like slap bang in the middle of their kind of discography.
Yeah, I think it's like a 2011 track, but I could be wrong.
Fair enough. But
it might be 2008.
So what is it that you like about the album that they've likened the upcoming one to?
It's heavy as fuck, great vocals, but the main thing I love about it is the use of melodics like violin and orchestral along with metal.
Yeah. So like alternative instrumentation and stuff like that. So you reckon they'll make a nice departure back to that?
That would be perfect.
Have they done much of that in recent years, or?
I haven't really paid too much attention. Like the album afterwards was good, but then from there on afterwards, like they just declined in skill and quality. That's what I'm looking for. It's declining quality, in my opinion.
Okay.
So yeah, that's that. I'm really hopeful though, and it will be not this new one. Well, maybe this new one, but the Hate Crew Death Roll will be definitely an album we review one day.
Fair. Cool.
And I found one since the list was sent across.
Okay,
I got here today. So Evanescence.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, we're releasing their 4th album. It's like their most recent album was in 2017.
Yeah.
Right, but that was a remix album, but it's still classified as a studio album. But it's a remix album, so I'm ignoring that.
Yeah,
I'm going above everyone else.
I agree.
And so this is actually their 4th, and first one since 2011, not their 5th, 17. 4th,
and that was
2011.
The Open Door or some shit like that, or
it was self-titled. The one before that was The Open Door.
Right. Okay.
And then you had Fallen in 2003 or something like that.
Way back in the day.
Yeah. So for the fact they've had like the first one in 2003 and it's now 2019, they're only on to their 4th. Some big gaps there.
Yeah, you'd think that a band, I mean, like take Tool for example, obviously a bigger gap in between albums. You'd kind of with that expect that the quality of the albums in between is going to be pretty smashing, but actually they get slated quite a lot for that because she's gone from being like quite a I'm all about my band to I'm all about myself kind of artist.
As I mentioned before, like when I saw them live back in I think it was 2011. She finished the show like, thanks so much for coming out to see me. I was like, and I have no respect.
Yeah.
Like, no.
But I'll get down with that.
With a big gap again, you got a lot of time to think, a lot of time to write, you got a lot of like things that happen in your life. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
They said they were writing and recording in 2019. God knows if it's actually out this year.
But if not, it'll probably be early next year. So we're not far off. We're not far off. Cool, and that pretty much rounds our list up for
the
upcoming albums. So we move on to tours and festivals.
Yes, so starting off with the biggest. Double D Download. Download Festival hits UK Donington Park again.
Yes.
And like 5 other places in the world, including Australia for the first time and Japan for the first time, I believe.
Fucking sick. Are they still doing Madrid?
They have cancelled Paris because
Wow.
Hellfest, I think, is just
There's no
shits
point.
all over it.
There's no point.
And they're still doing Madrid.
Cool.
So
Fair enough.
Yeah, UK,
Madrid,
Tokyo, and Sydney, I think.
Wow, that'll be sick.
That's
though.
effectively replaced SoundCloud. SoundCloud? What the fuck is the festival in? It's an Australian festival, which I suddenly skipped my mind. I maybe Soundwave.
Something like that, actually. Yeah. Something
Yeah.
like that.
So that's gone. But yeah, so
we're really good at what we do.
Def Leppard.
Yes. Yeah, some and some.
Slipknot.
We're good at what we do, and what we do is forgetting shit all the time. We're really good at that. Yeah, so Def Leppard, Slipknot, and
We're also great at ringing the best thing you've ever seen in your life.
Tool.
And Tool. Yeah.
And Tool. Mate, I'm so ready for Tool.
Yep.
I'm so ready for Tool.
I'm mainly ready for Slipknot because new album and I'm excited and they're always great live. Tool I'm excited for, I just don't know enough of. I will find out a lot more before June.
Yeah, 100%. I would recommend it. They're not necessarily a band that I would put forward for yourself just off the cuff, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But if it's purpose driven, I can see you getting into some of their stuff.
I've heard 3 songs, 2 I liked, 1 I didn't. And the one that I didn't like was one you showed me, I can't remember what it's called.
The Pop.
That one.
Yeah,
I thought it was pretty shit.
No, I love it.
Main undercard bands I'm excited for are Trivium and Lamb of God.
Yeah,
and Slash.
I'm really looking forward to Trivium. This will be the first time that I've been able to see Trivium live.
Yeah.
So,
fair.
really fucking ready.
Oh, wait, I've seen them like 6 or 7 times now. And yeah, again, fantastic. Almost every time. The most recent time was like, said this wasn't on point, and it was a good show though.
Yeah, that's fair. I really wish I'd been at Download the year that they came out after like Black Veil Brides or somebody like that. And I mention this a lot, I know I do, because I've seen the video of it and it's just fucking excellent. And they've got Capsize in the Sea playing, and then obviously the band come out one by one and they all get cheered on and stuff like that. And then he comes out and he's just like, "We're Trivium, we're a real metal band, we're here to take your fucking heads."
Yeah.
I'd be like, right, I'm ready. Take it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Trivium. A lot of the other bands kind of skip my mind at this point in time in terms of like undercard bands.
Yeah, just Slash, Trivium, Lamb of God, they're my main ones.
It'll be good.
Yeah, so good.
It'll be really good.
And Dead End Ritual.
Yeah, 100%. I'm really looking forward to that ever since we listened to one of their songs,
which has been released.
It has. That's fine.
You can check out that reaction video on YouTube and
already
down in flames.
But yeah, really fucking good. That's my kind of jam. I like that stuff. So yeah, I will definitely go. As long as nothing else major is playing at the same time, I'll definitely go and see them.
Yeah, I agree. For sure. Next up is one I'm especially looking forward to.
Yeah.
Rammstein.
Stadium MK.
Playing our hometown of Milton Keynes. Unfortunately, didn't get tickets. I fucking did. So yeah, in July I'm seeing Rammstein. Literally a 10-second walk across the road from my workplace.
Yeah.
I literally across the road.
So you could probably go into your workplace and get absolutely steamo afterwards and be like, "I'm not working here."
Yeah, well, the gig will end later than it closes, but I can do that before the gig starts. There you go.
To be fair, I bet you're extremely glad that you're not working that for obvious reasons, that you wouldn't be at the gig if you were working that, but also because you don't have to work that. And
yeah, I'd have to serve loads of fucking grebos coming down to my place across the country, possibly other countries.
Definitely other countries.
Just to come here like, oh yeah, I work here, the stadium's there, and I'm working. Here, have a pint, yeah, fucks.
You'll probably be able to hear it from the stadium, though.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, I know, right?
But this time I will hear it from the stadium, inside it.
Yes, 100%.
So yes, Rammstein UK show. It's the first stadium tour across Europe, or across the world, I think.
Yeah, that's July. We've also got Bloodstock that I wanted to bring up as well.
I'll get to that.
Yeah.
My friend.
What else have you got?
Architects.
Yeah, so that's next week after?
It is Saturday 19th, so yeah, just over a week. Well, just under 2 weeks. So for those that for some reason don't watch this podcast or are new to it, I only got into Architects on April 1st last year after a little album review of All Our Gods Have Abandoned Us, and a little Twitter thing that Dan Stell replied. No, he didn't. Sam Carter replied to.
So you put that forward, didn't you? All Our Gods.
Forward. No, I put it forward for a poll. You chose Alice in Chains, Wood.
Right. Dirt.
Dirt. Yes. Does it have wood on it?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, good. So yeah, and then the fans chose All Our Gods, and that helped me on my way to now a top 5 band,
Probably
possibly top 3.
So I would have said that they're like
They have not topped Avenged. They have not topped Alter Bridge
they haven't topped Alter Bridge
No, they
yet,
have
even
not.
though you listen to them far more.
because they're still new, and also I'm coming up to their show now, and I'm playing all their shit.
Yeah, so do you
Pretty
reckon
much-
that you'll have like a slight decline in how much Architects you play after you've been and seen them, or do you reckon
A
that
month
will...
afterwards, I think I'd say so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
either that or it's just gonna fucking send
possibly.
it sky high.
I don't know.
And...
It's already sky high, my friend.
Yeah, I mean, but if they're not, do you know what I mean? If they're still not
Literally-
topping Alter Bridge, which is a band I haven't heard you listening to like consecutively, if that makes sense.
No, but with the last album I did and with the last tour I did.
Yeah, true.
Hi Bailey, and everyone else that's probably watching with Bailey.
That's hardly I did. Cool.
Yeah.
So-
So yeah, Architects. I've seen their set list.
Yeah,
I won't spoil it for anyone that's watching, but
yeah, pretty much perfect for you.
almost perfect.
I
Yeah.
remember you going through it last night. Very good, very good.
There's one song I've wished they played fully, and there's a couple of songs that they're not playing that I want them to play. But overall, there's not a single bad song on that set list.
When you go back to thinking about your last experience of seeing Trivium live, though, in comparison to, like you said, set list not on point, this is definitely
This
going to
is
be on
on
fucking point.
Every song. There's literally one song I don't really care for.
Yeah, fair enough. I remember you mentioning the one,
Yeah.
and I too. I'm not going to the gig, but I'm not going to ruin it for anyone. Here's the set list.
So there's always when you mention greatness like Architects, there's always bad news. I got to deal with seeing Beartooth.
They support him.
Beartooth main support.
No, main support.
Yeah.
Fuck your life.
Yeah. Like
Oh
this is gonna
my
be almost
goodness.
as bad as when I saw Bring Me front row supporting Machine Heads. I will be front row for Architects, and I'll be there with Beartooth.
100%.
Great.
So, what time are you going to drag your posse up to go and queue up during the day?
I'm thinking around midday like usual.
Wow.
It's gonna be cold.
Yeah, it's going to be fucking cold.
But I'm excited. Next up, they've also got Polaris.
Supporting as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're opening.
That'll be good.
I've heard good things. I think I listened to one track. I thought it was alright. And there's I wrote this down before I saw the set list. It's 18 songs. That's not really a spoiler. It's their longest set ever, and they will have fire and lights.
Excellent.
I've seen photos. Next up is a tour I'm not going to. It's next month. It's Slash with Mars Kennedy and the Co-Conspirators.
That'll be fucking excellent, though.
Me and my mate Lewis almost went to it, but we decided against it because it was like 70 quid. And see it download, mate.
Yeah, 100%. And to be fair, even though obviously, I mean, what kind of tour is it? Is it stadium? Is it
Arena.
arena tour?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, seeing them inside and would be a massively different experience. Seeing them out in like a massive arena or a stadium, though, the sound quality is fairly reminiscent of a festival anyway. So it's not like you're going to be missing too much from
Yeah,
the difference
it's-
in experience.
It's better in arena, of course. It's always
Yeah,
better
100%,
inside. But yeah, I see what you mean. And the thing is, their last album was pretty wank. Like, I love Slash, I love Miles, I love the combination of the two. But the last album was bollocks.
Really?
Yeah, I tried so hard to listen through it. I had to skip, not skip tracks, but like, I'll come back to this album at some point.
I never did.
I did. No, I finished it within like 2 days, but usually with an album, if I listen to it fully, and even if it's like mediocre, I'll still listen to it fully.
Yeah.
And I love these people, and it was crap.
That's big words.
Yep.
Cool. So moving back over to festivals then.
No,
Not yet. Fucking hell, mate.
Simmer down.
All right, Sunny Jim.
So we've got the Aussie tour in February.
Shit.
Ozzy Osbourne with supports from Judas Priest, and it's entitled No More Tours 2 because there was No More Tours 1, and they did more tours. Here's No More Tours 2, and I believe since Ozzy has said it's not the end of touring, by the way. Okay, Ozzy.
Fair enough.
I look forward to No More Tours 3. But yeah, that is a thing that is happening across stadiums. No, arenas, sorry.
Have they like never read The Boy That Cried Wolf? So like people are coming out and paying all this money to go and see them. And it's going to get to the point where they're like, yeah, you'll tour again next year. It'll be all right. We won't go and see them, and then nobody's going to show up on their actual last tour.
Yeah, that's. I'd like that to happen to show them, but
It's not. gonna
people
happen,
come out,
really.
especially with Judas Priest on the well for this one anyway. Judas Priest on.
I'd probably go if I'm assuming tickets are probably fucking extortionate. So,
yeah, no doubt. I think they're like around 90.
Yeah, so not going to happen, but I would probably go and see them more with Judas Priest in mind, really, because
I've
I love
seen
Ozzy.
Judas once. Well, technically, I saw Judas Priest fully once, and then one time I went last year at Bloodstock. I went to go see Judas Priest after waking up halfway through the set after being smashed, and had a burrito, and then you can guess the rest.
Fair enough.
So finishing off this little chapter on festivals. So Bloodstock 2018, 19,
Yes,
2019. It's the new year.
It still hasn't set in.
Yeah. So Bloodstock 2019. I'm very excited for. So far, only 2 headlines have been announced, and they are Sabaton, meh, and Scorpions, which I'm intrigued to see because I can't wait to see Rock You Like a Hurricane live.
Yeah. That'll be the Sunday then, I'm assuming.
Maybe. I feel like I don't know.
So I actually had a quick look at this earlier, and what I got was Sabaton, Anthrax, and Scorpions. Anthrax were the highest up on the bill on the Saturday for the Dio stage.
Anthrax, no, they haven't announced the last headline yet. So Anthrax, I think, a special guest to one of them.
Okay, cool.
Probably Scorpions.
Okay.
You got Children of Bodom there, Cradle of Filth there.
So I mean, is it just because it's early days? Because the way that they've set theirs out is very different from Download. Like you go on the stage and then you can view it stage by day.
Yeah, usually by now, Bloodstock are really good at announcing headliners, which leads me to my prediction.
Okay.
They're holding off for a reason. I feel like they're going to announce the headliner in a few weeks' time. And I'm pushing it. A lot of people are saying it's probably going to be Parkway because they usually do a more modern band headlining. Like they have Machine Head, Lamb of God.
So they do a bit
Trivium.
like a Download thing where one of the days it will be like a classic or more like an old school band, and then the
Not
rest of it's like new.
not necessarily. They don't usually follow that. But they usually have a modern one, even though the other ones can be still quite modern. But I know what I mean, kind of thing.
That's
Like
glad you do.
so not big enough to headline downloads, so like Lamb of God, Machine Head,
Okay. Yeah.
Slayer, not Slayer as such, but Trivium,
Yeah.
Rob Zombie. They've all headlined Bloodstock, where they're big enough to headline, but download won't see that way. My prediction is Architects. It's a massive push, and I know it's very unlikely, but like in my head, it's all making sense that they're leaving it intentionally for a little while. And
To see how these shows are going, or
no, I think they've already booked them.
Okay.
I just think that bands don't want it to be announced until the tour's gone, or unless it's already sold out, and the tour hasn't sold out for Architects.
It hasn't yet, no, but they've got the ability to headline 100%.
Absolutely, yes.
100%.
So
that's actually a really interesting prediction. I hope you're right.
I hope I'm right because I'll getting tickets anyway because it's a really good lineup this year.
I mean, list some other bands. I saw Cradle are playing.
Cradle of Filth, Children of Bodom. My mind's skipping me slightly now. I can quickly check it up actually.
But yeah, while you do that, I'm just going to touch upon the fucking travesty that Reading and Leeds has become.
Please do, yeah.
So just because obviously we looked at Download, I looked at like a few other festivals as well, and then I just thought for the sake of doing it, I'll look at Reading and Leeds. Are you ready for this shit?
I'm ready for this shit.
Headlining the Friday at Reading is the 1975.
Okay. Yeah, people, they are big, but yeah.
They are big, but do you know what? Fuck off. It's supposed to be Reading Rock Festival, not Reading. It's not an offensive word festival. So yeah, 1975. Post Malone and 21 Pilots are co-headlining the Saturday.
That's weird. I understand Post Malone headlining. I kind of understand 21 Pilots, but it's just a really weird mix of the two.
The fact that they're both on headline slots is weird.
Yeah, but they
understand
like
it.
to say that, but we all know that whoever's on last is headliner.
Yeah, 100%, and it will be Post Malone.
Yeah,
it will be
Post Malone.
It will be 100%.
I don't care for him, but people should know. People just know.
21 Pilots are massive. To be fair, they've got a massive cult following. I don't fully understand it. Some of their songs are okay, but that's about all I can say.
Yeah.
And then finishing up with Foo Fighters on the Sunday. 100%.
But would you please sort yourself out and come to Download because we all want you there.
100%. Like, fuck Reading off entirely. You'll play Download once, you'll never go back. Just saying. So yeah, I just thought I'd touch upon the travesty.
No, I'm glad you did.
The 1975 are headlining the Friday, and followed by Foo on the Sunday. It's just what a crazy contrast. So yeah, this is Bloodstock.
Yeah, so it looks like Sabaton are Saturday, Scorpions are Sunday.
Okay. So Dimmu Borgir, I would definitely go and see.
Yeah, I saw them on my first Bloodstock back in like 2012 and they were great.
Code Orange, I saw that earlier as well when I was having a look. That's fucking interesting.
Yeah, Anthrax again, like you mentioned before, they seem to, like I say, they're under Scorpions. Like Dimmu Borgir, if they're under Sabaton, it's a really weird mix, but fuck it.
100%.
Bodom, Cradle of Filth, Tesseract, Queensryche, Code Orange, like you said, Dee Snider from Twisted Sister.
Okay.
Die Art is Murder.
Meh.
They are. Well, that was the guy from Attempted Murder, wasn't it?
No.
No?
You might be right, I'm not sure. I'm thinking about the Tim Lambesis.
Yeah.
No, that was As I Lay Dying.
Yeah, well, my bad. Hypocrisy, Metal Church, Soilwork,
Soilwork,
Ross the
that'd be
Boss.
interesting.
I've never heard of Soilwork.
Alright.
Ross the Boss, Death Angel, Evil Scarecrow, who I've always missed, and apparently they're fantastic live. Rotting Christ, Grand Magus, and Uveri or something like that. I'm surprised I could read all of that because usually with Bloodstock you can't fucking read half the writing because it's all
Because they do the band logos.
death
and
metal
stuff.
tree malarkey.
Yeah, interesting stuff. I was going to look up Techfest as well, but I never got around to that. So, sue me.
So that's what we've got.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to all of that pretty much. Obviously I'm not going to Slash or Aussie, but the ones I'm going to, pumped. But let's
100%.
go more onto what we're looking forward to as personal people.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, me, myself, I haven't... I'm going to paint myself out to sound like the most boring fucker in the world. I haven't got much going on in terms of what I'm looking forward to this year, other than the festivals that we've already mentioned. So yeah, definitely looking forward to Download, obviously.
Oh,
Tool.
sorry.
Oh,
Before we go into personal, I've got two more big
okay.
ones that I didn't realise I had until just now,
Go on.
even though I wrote it today. Metallica have a June tour.
Okay.
They're playing two stadiums. They're playing Manchester and Twickenham, with
Fair enough.
support from
Twickenham.
Ghost. Yeah, support from Ghost and Bokassa.
Ghost.
Yes,
Ghost will be interesting.
I've recently listened to Prequel and I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah.
And Disturbed have a May tour, only Academy size / Alexandria Palace. No supports announced from what I could tell. Sorry, please continue on your personal stuff.
No, that's pretty
And tell
interesting.
us how boring you are.
Well, yeah, other than the festivals, Tool's new album, hopefully. It wouldn't surprise me if it doesn't come out this year because it's Tool, but it fucking better do. And definitely seeing them at Download, that's a once in a lifetime opportunity for me so far. Placeholder, hopefully in March.
Yeah, so I also have placeholder for their High Wycombe show in March.
Yeah,
Very
so anybody that doesn't know, this was our first unsigned band that we reviewed.
It was our first unsigned band and unsigned award winning.
Yes, and we were fucking stoked by the guy's work and thought, well, Kieran messaged me a few weeks back and said, hey, they're playing, let's go. So we're probably going to go and do that.
Damn right.
New Slipknot as well, eager to see the approach of the new album.
Yeah, for sure.
It's one of the only bands out of the list that we mentioned that have actually given us a sort of vague idea of direction. There's a few others, but Slipknot's definitely fucking up there for me. And other than that, Rob Zombie's movie.
Yeah, so 3 from Hell. Very much looking forward to it. It's a prequel or sequel from Devil's Rejects.
Okay, fair enough.
I think it's a sequel, but then I saw possible rumours that it's actually a prequel, but I don't want a prequel.
Fair enough.
But then again, they all kind of died at the end, but we didn't see them. It's a mystery, and it's all Rob Zombie's fault. But we look forward to it. It's going to be fucking sick. I love Rob Zombie films.
I'm really hoping that it comes out in the cinema because I will lose my shit and we'll definitely go.
Yeah.
100%.
For me, other things include Opia's first ever show.
Yeah, that'll be good.
So if you haven't heard of Opia, we have a reaction video to them for End of Days. We also...
Homegrown band?
I'm friends with a couple of them anyway, as are you.
Yeah.
And it's, if you know hacktivists, like the rap gent kind of metal, they are, Timothy and Ben are
no
rap
gent
tech metal.
Yeah, no gent band likes being called gent. Just throwing it out there. The gent.
Whatever. Yeah, so Timothy and Ben from Hacktivist started a new band with our bro Perry, and also the bassist from Heart of a Coward.
Yeah.
Forget my mind, slips my mind, sorry about that. Yeah, so their first ever show will be at the Crawford Arms, Milton Keynes on 3rd of February, so I'm looking forward to that. And I may also go to another show at the Crawford, which is Conjurer and Milk Teeth, other way around. So Milk Teeth supported by Conjurer, two very different bands, two bands I've discovered through That's Not Metal.
Conjurer will be interesting though.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing them both. Also, we have a reaction video for them. You can check that out on fucking everything. And they replied to it very kindly.
Yeah.
So yeah, like Conjurer, like a death metal, like black metal. I don't really know.
They're like gothic metal,
heavy as fuck.
Yeah, but
and Milk Teeth are very not that, but they're really good as well.
It'll probably be quite a nice even splice over the evening though. You'll get like a nice mix of people.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
It'll be good. And also, as we were discussing before the podcast started, there was another show at DJ set show, same sort of thing. That's at the
yeah,
as well,
yeah. So we had like this old so this place when we were younger, like it was the rock club for live gigs in Milton Keynes. It was called the Pits.
Every Trebo has been at least once.
Yep. And like they've got like a reunion thing with DJ sets from all the old bands, which means nothing to most of you, but we're fucking excited, so we've told you about it. How do you feel?
Excellent.
Cool.
Anything? Yeah, that's all I've got. Anything that you're personally looking forward to that you haven't touched upon as well?
No.
No. So either way, 2019 in review.
Yeah.
Preview even. It's just not a review because
No.
it hasn't happened yet.
That one quick.
Yeah, I know, right? Happy
Shit, I
2020
missed
people.
Rammstein. Yeah. So yeah, no, I'm extremely looking forward to this year.
Yeah, it's definitely promising in terms of albums as well, I think.
Yeah, Avenged, my friend. Give me all of it in my mouth.
Yeah, 100%. Cool.
So
We move on.
it's unsigned week, but before we do that, now seems like a perfect time because you're all still here. Follow us on Facebook.com/Deciphered, Twitter @Deciphered, Instagram _Deciphered, Twitch Deciphered, YouTube, fun enough, Deciphered, and we said in our most recent reaction that we had playlists up. We don't yet, but we will soon have playlists on our Spotify playlist.
Yeah,
Which is
and
Deciphered.
I'm going to say, considering it's been a few weeks since you last did that, well done.
Thanks, man.
It's really good.
Yeah, it feels good.
Cool.
Every single week we have live podcasts on a Monday at 8 p.m. and on Fridays we have
Thereabouts.
keep the same. And we have reaction videos every single Friday. Now it looks like we're moving those just to YouTube because it's easier and copyright are fucking dickheads on Facebook.
Yeah.
And that's that. If you for some reason like looking at apparently awful material, go check out our Inflamed video, add to our 700 plus views, and add to the comments that hate us. Stick a dislike on there, fuck it.
Give a fuck.
Right, we're just honest and we're having fun doing it. Cool. And also every other week, so that's including this week coming up, we have written reviews by our compadre Liam.
Yeah.
So check them all out. But first of all, right now, it's Brazen Swagger with their album, which I didn't write down.
An unkindness of ravens. Ravens.
Sorry, guys. I didn't write it down.
Yeah.
So Brazen Swagger and Unkindness of Ravens.
And it is their first EP. And may interest you to know that the band are preparing to release their second.
Yes, so I'll mention it again at the end, but they are indeed mastering their second EP, Valentina.
Should be cool. So, without further ado, should we jump straight in, mate?
Yes. Do you want to start or shall I start?
You can start, actually, yeah.
Cool. So the first track, it opens with Midgard Serpents.
Mm-hmm.
So it starts off with a funky tone. This band easily shows straight away that the kind of band you can dance to.
Yeah,
Not
100%.
like a funky vibe. It's not like I wouldn't go to that gig and really think, I'm going to headbang this shit
There's
out.
no wall of death going on in
No,
that show, basically.
No,
like...
but it's fun. It's really enjoyable to start off with. And yeah, you can just dance to it.
Yeah.
Move about.
I'd put, it's okay, quite comparable to some other stuff that I already listened to and like. In my opinion, so far, the first thing that I really picked out in the first song, and this is just in one song, we will continue to touch upon it. Yeah, the drummer. The drummer plays with closed hi-hats far too much for my liking. And I just think that he could broaden the sound a bit better. The guitar work is so cool. Like, they've fucking brilliant guitar work. Without spoiling too much throughout the album, do you know what I mean? It's pretty good guitar work through and through, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure.
And while the vocal style isn't necessarily what I would pick out as something that I would like listen to lyrically, fucking excellent. The lyrics in this album are brilliant.
I'll do my overall at the end, but yeah.
Yeah.
Going on to 32 pounds of pressure. So I didn't really notice the drums being an issue in the first song.
Oh, really? Rang out for me straight away.
Yeah, so 32 pounds of pressure. Keeping with the same upbeat style, the guitar work is impressive at points, but the almost non-stop 1-2-1-2 beat of the drums is extremely tiring quick and ruins what could have been a much better track.
See, for me, so I wrote down that it's very libertine sounding, and again, really not bad, but these closed hi-hats are ringing out for me far too much. It's not even so much like the pattern that he's doing on the drums. It's just, why do it all on closed hi-hats? What's the point?
On this song, the pattern is pretty much the same whole way throughout. Maybe just to get in the ending.
I think that kind of needs to happen, really,
No.
because it's like a punk rock kind of thing, and it's that really, like, fast-paced.
You can have like a few little fills in there or something.
And he does. He does have a few.
Okay, well, at least with this track, it did not withstand.
They're not massively prominent, no, but the whole closed hi-hat thing, I think in this particular instance as well, and this is just because we're both drummers, and for me, drums is pretty much the first thing that I listen to in any song, really. And yeah, just for me, I think even this song in particular, given the style and like the fast punk beat kind of thing, it would have sounded better with open or sizzled hi-hats. Why close them for a beat like that? I don't know, but yeah.
It's just like to help out a little bit. It gets better from here on. This is the worst song on the album for me, and it's just because you listen to it. I don't want to hang on to the drums so much, but because it's the same almost the whole way through, like it just it rings through your ears.
It does, and that's the thing. Like, you could really open up the hi-hats, and this is my main issue with it. You could open up the hi-hats and have it sort of sit in the stereo pan quite nice and evenly with the rest of it. But because you've just got this really like sharp, just like ting kind of thing, like it just rings out over everything, and you're like, I'm not sure about that. But guitars still fucking awesome. Really enjoying it so far. I've liked the lyrics; they're excellent. And the thing that I really liked as well, going back to the opening song and sort of like halfway through this song as well, it's fucking awesome that the bass has a defined place in this band.
Yeah,
like, you can hear the bass guitar, and it has its own thing. It has its own part, and it sounds good. It sounds really good
for sure.
So, Loco Mosquito Blues.
Great song.
Yeah, I really like it.
So this song varies its styles a few times throughout, which mixes it up a bit and works extremely well. Very impressive guitar work, especially towards the end. A bit more variation on the drumming adds to this track further. So the drumming was a lot better on this one.
Yeah,
there was more going on with the drums. It wasn't just the same point. So, but moving away from the bads, because this track I think is it's my favourite song on the album.
Yeah, it was among.
I
didn't actually pick worse than favourites at all. It all kind of worked for me. The drums is really the only thing that I have to say, and even then I wouldn't go as far as to say it's like a negative thing. It's just, for me as a drummer, it rings out a bit too much, and I'm just like, I would not have done that. But yeah, fucking lyrically ace song. I like the feel that the lyrics bring, and they seem to fit. The guitars, through the gang vocals as well. Into a pretty cool solo after they've done like the little gang vocals bit sort of halfway through the song, and then it goes into some fucking brutal guitar solo. It's really cool.
It's fun. It's actually a really good track.
Yeah.
Track.
And I literally just put on the end because I had to. Drummer, dude, seriously, sizzle those hi-hats. Every song, really. Every song.
Yeah, I noticed a bit more variation in this one.
Variation, definitely. I'm not saying, and he's a tight drummer. I will say that he's a tight drummer. It's not like he's like playing completely out of whack with the rest of the band. Just that I feel like their kind of sound would work with a bit more variation on just the hi-hat specifically. I'm going to shut up about that now because it is something that rings out throughout most of the EP for me.
Cool.
But yeah.
Closer now?
Closer now than I was before, yes.
It's a slower paced song for the most part, which isn't a bad thing at all.
Nope.
It shows they can adapt to different tones and paces. A good track overall.
Yeah, definitely. Eerie Discordance sounds fucking awesome. Really sets the vibe for the track. Awesome riff changes, but again, stuff. But yeah, no, really good. And like I said, the drums they're not bad. The only thing that I would say about this as well, might just be down to mixing, but a few of the vocal parts sort of rang really loudly in comparison to vocal parts earlier on in the song, if that makes sense. So it could just be that they're like sat at the front of the stereo pan a little bit, but they just seemed like really like there and in your face, and then toned back again a little bit.
Okay.
Not necessarily a bad thing, and I think it could probably be sorted out through the mixing and stuff. As a track though, it worked really well. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, cool. So was that Closer Now or The Fly?
That was Closer Now.
All right, The Fly. Ending with another all right to good track. Nothing necessarily wrong with the song, but to me it felt a bit samey at this point.
So yeah, I put sick opening. It made me chuckle.
I like the opening. I like they insert those words.
What a sick man, do that.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, it was really cool. This song was kind of straight down the middle for me until the solo came in. Fucking awesome guitar work, dude. Like, your guitarist, excellent, really good. I didn't really have much else to say about it because, like I said, this for me was probably, I can see where you're coming from, in the sense of it feeling more like it's kind of, I wouldn't necessarily say like bland in comparison to anything else on the album.
It's not bland, not at all. It's good.
No,
song.
like samey almost. Like, it's, for me, it was still very different for the rest of the album, but it just didn't have the punch that the rest of the album packs. But other than that, still good, really good.
Yep. So overall, for me, it's a good EP.
Yeah.
That needs some work to become memorable. They have as mentioned before, they have a new EP, Valentina, out soon that is currently being mastered. So I actually have hopes that this EP has not put me off listening to them again.
Absolutely
I'm actually
not.
intrigued to listen to more.
Yeah, me too.
And yeah, no member of the band is bad at their craft. So I haven't really mentioned the vocalist yet. The vocal type isn't the kind of thing I'd choose normally, and at times it seems like a bit monotone, but it suits the band very well.
It does, yeah. It fits their kind of like I think I read on their page as well, or like on a description of them, that it's kind of like Americana and punk rock kind of mix, and it suits that perfectly.
Yeah.
Really well. For me, is that your overall?
That's my overall.
Yeah, for me overall, I just should stress that this isn't the sort of thing that I would usually pick up. However, with that said, I was really impressed with a lot of the elements. As a drummer, I feel some improvements could be made on diversity on the drums, but nonetheless are tight. And
yeah, he's still a good drummer.
Yeah, he's still a really good drummer. I just think like open up your hi-hats a little bit more, maybe fuck around with the cymbals a little bit more, step over some beats in the bar a little bit more.
4-minute solo during a song.
Fucking mate, nail it. Absolutely nail it if you do. But yeah, we'll certainly give EP2 a listen.
Yeah, for sure. So I've given them a 5 out of 10.
I've given them a 6.
Okay, fair.
6 out of 10. Mostly, well, pretty much for me, like I said, guitar work's fucking brilliant. As a drummer, I couldn't help but notice the things that just niggled away at me a little bit. But like, other than that,
32 pounds of pressure is great. Like, it nagged on me a bit too much. I was almost a 6 out of 10, but I stayed with 5.
Fair.
Which isn't the terrible score. It's just obviously not great either. So for anyone that's watching that isn't part of the band, well, even if you are part of the band, you can take this advice, and that is go to Spotify, type in Brazen Swagger and Unkindness of Ravens. I'm back. And listen to this for the final time. Valentina out later this year, we believe, being mastered now.
Yeah, man. I'm really excited for the second EP. I definitely will check it out.
Yeah, I will for certain.
Yeah.
Cheers, my dudes.
Yeah, Loco Mosquito Blues. Fucking damn good song. Really good direction to go in as well. Hopefully there's a little bit more kind of similar to that, really.
Yeah, I will definitely keep your like party style themes.
Yeah, 100%. The kind of, like you said, like danceable kind of like the danceability to the EP is really fucking good.
Yeah,
that kind of like upbeat and like just, even though like some of the songs, like I said, there was Closer Now was a bit of an eerie start. Even that has its kind of just feel good element in a way. Like it is just something that you can get behind. Really good. I like it.
Excellent.
Cool.
So that's the first podcast of the year done.
No, then pass.
First podcast done of the year.
Cheer.
Thank you for your pods. Thank you for tuning in. So next week we'll be back on Monday 8 PM like usual.
Yo.
And we're keeping the vibe of New Year's, right? So New Year, new me, all that bullshit. Next year we'll bring you the topic and we'll discuss the most drastic changes bands have made.
Not next year though, next week.
Did I say next year?
You did indeed.
Well, we'll discuss it all year round. Or just next week. Yeah, so join us for that on Monday. The most drastic changes. We'll also discuss what we think of them.
Yeah. So, you also have an album.
I do have an album.
And I'm really fucking nervous because you keep shooting me this thing like, earlier.
I'm really excited. But
Okay.
there's a stipulation to this EP.
It's an EP?
Yeah, it's an EP.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you've heard of Pinkly Smooth.
No.
Right. We're going to review the EP Unfortunate Snort by Pinkly Smooth. And the stipulation is I want you to look into this band. No, I don't want you to look into this band whatsoever. Don't look at their names. Don't look at their characteristics. Don't look into the band.
Just listen to this EP.
Just listen to this EP. Sophie, who's obviously still watching, is not allowed to give you any hint. And she will swear an oath or die. That's a choice that I've just made for her. Okay, just listen to the EP. If you figure something out, cool. If you don't, great. We'll discuss it on the podcast next week. But that's the stipulation. Do you agree?
Yeah, okay, cool.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'm so confused it hurts right now, but
That's
alright.
So, yeah.
I'm fucking excited. I'm gonna go home and listen to it right now.
Right, well, it's not on Spotify, so I will have to send it to you.
Yeah, alright, please do as soon as possible. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if I can... You're expecting me to be able to pull something out of it, right?
I'm not sure, because it's so... I'm not giving anything away.
It's a vocalist.
Is it?
Yes.
Not necessarily.
It's
Not necessarily at all.
It's a vocalist that used to be a guitarist. Because
Not necessarily at all.
I'm pretty sure you've spoken to me about this.
Yeah, not necessarily at all. You're miles off.
No? Alright,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Cool.
I'm so confused.
Oh, my fucking mic!
So yeah, we tried out some new mics today.
And it seems to have gone pretty well. But yes, regardless of all that, thank you so much for tuning in. See you next week.
No more cocks on Twitch, please.
Yeah, please.
Bye.